Welcome to Aviation Aftermath.
On July 3, 1988, a routine commercial flight over the Persian Gulf turned into one of the most tragic and controversial incidents in aviation history. Iran Air Flight 655, a civilian Airbus A300 carrying families, workers, and children, was mistakenly shot down by the United States Navy. In just minutes, all 290 people on board were gone. This is the story of that fateful day. The late 1980s were a volatile time in the Middle East. The Iran-Iraq War had dragged on for nearly 8 years, and the Persian Gulf was a vital strategic zone. Oil tankers and warships navigated narrow lanes under constant tension. To safeguard shipping routes, the United States Navy had deployed warships throughout the Gulf. Among them was the USS Vincennes, a guided missile cruiser equipped with advanced radar and weapon systems, symbolizing American military presence in the region. Against this tense backdrop, Iran Air Flight 655 prepared for what should have been a simple half-hour flight. The route connected Bandar Abbas, a southern Iranian city, to Dubai across the Persian Gulf, a path flown by hundreds of airliners each year without incident. At 10:17 a.m. local time, Flight 655 lifted off from Bandar Abbas with 290 passengers and crew on board, including 66 children. The aircraft, an Airbus A300, was operating on its regular commercial route, broadcasting its civilian transponder code, climbing steadily, and following every standard protocol. To anyone watching its radar signature, it was unmistakably a passenger plane. But beneath those peaceful skies, a U.S. warship had already locked onto it. That morning, the USS Vincennes was engaged in a skirmish with Iranian gunboats. The crew, already on edge, detected a radar contact rising from Bandar Abbas. In their high-pressure environment, they misread its flight profile. They believed the radar return was an Iranian F-14 Tomcat, a fighter jet capable of attacking their ship. The Vincennes radar operators mistook the Airbus's steady climb for a descent toward them, a classic sign of an incoming strike. Despite receiving clear signals from the aircraft's civilian transponder, confusion and fear clouded the Vincennes command center. In just a few tense minutes, the crew convinced themselves that the aircraft was hostile. The captain authorized engagement. At 10:24 a.m., 2 SM-2 surface-to-air missiles were launched from the Vincennes. 60 seconds later, both struck Iran Air Flight 655. The Airbus exploded in mid-air, disintegrating into flaming debris that rained into the Persian Gulf. All 290 people on board, men, women, and children, were killed instantly. The incident shocked the world. News broke that a U.S. Navy warship had shot down a civilian airliner flying its normal commercial route. Global outrage erupted. Governments demanded answers. How could one of the most advanced naval vessels in the world mistake a passenger jet for a fighter plane? Initially, the U.S. defended the Vincennes' actions, stating that the crew had acted in self-defense. But investigations soon revealed the truth. The Airbus was ascending, not descending. It had been following its designated flight path. Its transponder had been transmitting a civilian identification code all along. The International Civil Aviation Organization concluded that Flight 655 was a legitimate civilian aircraft posing no threat. The shootdown was caused by human error, miscommunication, and the stress of combat conditions. The U.S. Navy AS ship had been operating inside Iranian territorial waters at the time of the incident, a detail that further fueled international condemnation. Iran denounced the act as a deliberate attack on civilians, calling it a crime against humanity. The United States expressed regret for the loss of life, but never issued an official apology. In 1996, the United States and Iran reached a settlement. The U.S. agreed to pay financial compensation to the families of the victims, but maintained that the shootdown had been an accident. For many, no amount of money could ever atone for the loss of 290 innocent lives. The disaster reshaped aviation policy in conflict zones worldwide. It led to stricter coordination between civil and military authorities and reinforced the importance of identifying civilian aircraft before engaging. The lessons learned from Flight 655 echo through modern aviation safety. Yet the story remains a chilling reminder of what happens when fear and confusion override discipline and verification. Iran Air Flight 655 was in the air for only 7 minutes before it was destroyed. 7 minutes in which a peaceful journey became a global tragedy. This was the story of Iran Air Flight 655. If you found this story informative, please like, subscribe, and join me next time as we uncover the lessons behind aviation's darkest moments.